Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and here we have Game 3 in a best-of-3 series for the PokerIdol.com round of 8, being played between Liquid TLO. He's the blue Terran on the top spawn of Scrap Station, and his opponent, just like in the last two games, is once again GoOdy, representing ESC Gaming. He's over here on the right side as the purple Terran. TLO usually likes to play as the purple Terran, I think, so GoOdy actually doing a little bit of color thievery, but this should be a very exciting Game 3. It will determine who moves on in this PokerIdol.com tournament. TLO, 1 win to his name on Metalopolis. GoOdy, 1 win to his name from Lost Temple. So far, we've seen actually two really short games, to be honest, and they both sort of hinged on their opponent not being ready for what they came up with. So TLO doing some nice Hellion attacking there on Metalopolis. GoOdy just did not have enough fighting units there, as he was getting a tech lab and a siege tank and an armory by the time those first few Marines and Hellions showed up. TLO either really lucky timing or really good knowledge of his opponent being fond of tanks. Either way, that game was very short, but TLO looking to take this entire series here on Scrap Station. Nothing too insane happening yet. Obviously, on the production tab, we're going to be mirrored once again, pretty much like all Terran versus Terrans of all time. That production tab will stay pretty similar until 3, 4, 5 minutes in, and that's when we see some divergence, whether we see another factory go up, a first factory go up, I should say, or another barracks, or, you know, something else crazy. But right now, both players getting the exact same timings, more or less, maybe a second apart, and we'll see what changes after these barracks complete. Usually, after the orbital command is done, we'll see that sometimes these games diverge. But right now, nothing crazy. Still just sticking to the old Marine and orbital command combination. Neither player getting that second gas just yet. TLO is getting another supply depot before GoOdy, but GoOdy's on top of that as well, as we see him drop it there in the back. GoOdy did scout first once again, which will give TLO a sort of microeconomic advantage, and obviously that mining time from that SCV could make a difference, perhaps. Second gas coming up from GoOdy quite early. TLO not getting his second gas quite yet. Now that his first barracks is done, he is getting a factory up, and this makes me think he's going to be doing something similar to what we just saw on Metalopolis. He never got that second gas, instead just got some Hellions out quickly, and this setup makes me think he's going to try and do it again. GoOdy is getting his factory up, but with that added gas collection and less mineral collection, makes me think he's going to start rolling some add-ons and eventually a starport as well. TLO with his spotter supply depot here in the back, just in case a drop occurs up there. Always a good idea to build something back here, because it is a very, very easy spot to drop on. And GoOdy spotting back in his top right corner there, now covering his top left as well. Like to see that. Obviously, in Terran versus Terran, drops are a real possibility, and TLO getting up a starport now. He's still just been making one Marine at a time out of there, no reactor or tech lab, and a Hellion is going to come out of this factory, so he is sticking to a very low gas build here. Going to crank out some Hellions and Marines, and with this starport coming up, it makes me think he is going to go for the squeeze play, and the squeeze play is what I've deemed the 2 Hellions in the front and 8 Marines dropped in the back play on Scrap Station that you see Terran players use against any race. And if your Terran opponent is not ready for it, obviously, if he doesn't have the same unit composition, you can get an advantage that way. But basically the way it works is this first medevac that's coming out for TLO now, this definitely is going to be the squeeze play, I'm pretty sure of it at this point. Loads up 8 Marines, drops somewhere in the back, forces GoOdy or whoever to pull all his Marines back to the back to deal with that, or risk losing supply depots and mass SCVs. And while that's going on, 2 Hellions and an SCV in this case for TLO, he's going to be able to repair these up, will just run in the front and try and kill more SCVs. This works especially well if GoOdy pulls all his SCVs and they're all clumped up. These 2 Hellions get some free shots off. So here we go, actually already starting up. Marine number 8 coming out, and this medevac is ready to go. The Hellions are already at the Zelnaga Tower. 3 Hellions now waiting for their time to shine. TLO moving in now with these first 8 Marines. We'll see what he's able to do. Will GoOdy actually see this coming? We're looking at his vision right now. The first thing he will see is it the Hellions or the medevac. Medevac, he sees it up here on the top of his base. 8 Marines unloading now, and he does pull all of his SCVs quite quickly and pulls these Marines and Hellion from the front to come deal with this. But GoOdy also spied The 3 Hellions poking in the front, Marines in the back, killing off a supply depot. Obviously there aren't any SCVs left there to kill off. They were all pulled here to this sort of central location. GoOdy not letting up the front. He does not want those Hellions to get in. Viking being taken out. Very good move for TLO, protecting his medevac. So now these Hellions, where did they end up? They just got pulled back here to the visibility blocker. Looks like one Hellion did go down, but they're still alive, and TLO didn't lose hardly anything here in the back with his Marine drop. He's going to try and take on this tank with his 6 remaining Marines, 5 remaining Marines. Tank number 2 goes down despite a lot of SCVs and a mule there repairing it up. Medevac still has plenty of energy here to heal this up, and now GoOdy suddenly left with very, very few fighting units. 5 Marines here against only 3 Marines and a bunch of SCVs. GoOdy pulling them all off, trying to kill them off, but the Medevac does manage to escape with 3 Marines intact. 3 Hellions, nope, 2 Hellions and an SCV pushing the front once again. This bunker is empty, so he could actually slide in there and maybe get some more damage off, but he's just going to back off for the time being. TLO, on the other hand, still going to move in the back with 3 remaining Marines and a medevac. GoOdy still has 3 Marines right here, but they're so injured. Hellion coming up trying to take some shots, but the medevac still has enough energy to get that Marine up very quickly. Probably going to be able to pick off this other supply depot as well. TLO sitting at 47 supply, GoOdy at 32. Look at TLO's production tab. He is expanding right now, getting a second command center. Hellions move up in the front. Heard a couple of blasts go off, killing off SCVs. GoOdy has to pull all his SCVs here really to deal with this. And Viking lands trying to get some kills of his own. 2 kills already for that Viking. 3 Hellions remain for TLO. Viking gets kill number 4. These Hellions just try and kill off any Marines and SCVs that get in their path. He could actually use this medevac and load up those last 2 Hellions, but looks like he's just going to commit everything he's got here already. And now he loads up the Hellion, just going to do some drop micro, try and get it to do some damage, but that last Marine on the ground does manage to finish off the Hellion, and now this medevac is going to go down to these 2 Vikings as well. So TLO did a massive amount of damage there. Units lost 14 to 30 there. TLO's supply is nearly double GoOdy's, and there are a bunch of Marines out. Back at home, did he get an armory up? Yes, I thought I saw that, and turrets going up here. So he's got an armory finish. He's got a tech lab on his factory, and now Thor number 1 has arrived. He does have the collector's edition Thor, which is so great to see. I just love the Gundam style Thor. He's got a disco party going on, a rock party in his cockpit, as Martine would say. And they're just blasting away at these destructible rocks. This Thor alone is a ton of supply, so it's going to take him even further ahead of GoOdy, 62 to 35 now. And GoOdy really left here with only a tank. Let's look at his unit tab actually. 1 tank, 2 Vikings, 4 Marines against 8 Marines, a Thor, a Viking, and a Raven even for TLO. Back to the production tab so we don't miss anything. Another Thor about to complete here. TLO moving on to the second set of destructible rocks while he mines happily away from his natural with 13 more harvesters than GoOdy. This is pretty much going to be a giant hammer blow to GoOdy's front once these Thors actually get there. TLO just has way more units. These Thors obviously hit incredibly hard. TLO could even pull some SCVs to come act as a repair force and guarantee a win here, as GoOdy really only has 5 Marines and a tank here to defend. Factory is coming up, factory number 2 I should say, but with this nice force here and some auto turrets being droppable from this Raven, he can actually drop 2 auto turrets, and they're pretty sturdy little auto turrets there, but these Thors obviously going to be the big factor here in this battle. GoOdy now sees it coming here with his SCV, and what is he going to be able to do? Does he pull SCVs to come act as a repair force? It doesn't look like it. He sieges up his tanks. Auto turret goes down for GoOdy as well. He had a Raven in the air, but now auto turrets from TLO come down as well, and GoOdy says GG. These Thors are enough to make him basically leave the game. GoOdy did pull a lot of SCVs, but TLO basically just going to stomp through those. He even did have an SCV over here to help repair too. And that is going to be it for this best of 3 series between Liquid TLO and ESC GoOdy in the PokerIdol.com round of 8. Hope you guys enjoyed these games, and I'll cast the rest of the replays that I have from that tournament here in the near future. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.